Have y'all seen this? Like, here's something else that women have to worry about. Welcome to She Knows DNA. My name is Niavana, and I am a board-certified genetic counselor. I don't know about y'all, but the seasons and the temperature is definitely changing down here in San Antonio. The lows have been in the 60s and the highs in the 90s. And yes, that is all in one day. It's ridiculous. But with that, we are also coming up upon the holiday seasons. And what that can mean is there being an uptake in the amount of people that have seasonal depression. Without the seasons changing, there are definitely a number of people who suffer from major depression disorder. But there is this one study that just came out of Australia that we need to look into, shall we? Let's get into it. So the study out of Australia essentially did a very huge study that looked to see if there were any genome-wide differences between those that have major depressive disorder based off of sex. How prevalent is it between males and females? And what do the genes say about that? And 200,000 people participated in this study, and they were all in Australia, Europe, the UK, and the United States, to where the scientists identified almost twice as many genetic red flags for depression in the DNA of females compared to males. The differences they reported stated that they identified about 7,000 changes in the DNA. So 7,000 mutations, should we say, in the DNA that could cause major depressive disorder in both sexes, so male and females, and about 6,000 more that could cause the mental illness in females only. I'm gonna pause right here for a second because that is a lot of mutations. That is a whole lot, meaning that no, I'm not gonna do genetic testing on you to see if you have depression. That's too much. Honestly, there's not technically one hardcore genetic test that will tell you that. So please, don't come to me if you wanna know you have depression. Find you a psychiatrist or a psychologist, somebody in that realm that's not us. Amen? Amen. Now, on the flip side, when it comes to how genetic counseling can relate to psychiatric conditions such as depression, we more so focus on the metabolism of a prescription that can be used in order to treat depression. But they could look in your DNA to see if there are any mutations or markers that would cause certain medications not to work as well and then others to work just fine. And so now that we are now seeing these thousands and thousands of markers in the DNA, then scientists and even genetics can then look at those genes or those areas in your DNA in order to find a unique, personalized medical plan for you. And treatment plan, essentially. That encompasses all the things. With the results of the study, she hopes to continue on the road to see if perhaps therapeutics that are targeting more of these shared signals between depression and metabolic traits may be very good treatments for females. Essentially, she's saying, okay, the data that we found, maybe we can use that more targeted, like whenever they are doing some of these genetic testing in the psych world, in order to maybe have a more personalized and more effective type of treatment for women. But to make things even more complicated, please remember that genetics is not the only factor that needs to be in place for someone to have depression. There's also environmental factors too. So here is yet another example of how genetics, genetic testing, and genetic counseling is not a straight line. It's just all over the place. It's a big jumbled mess that may or may not give you the answers that you need. It's crazy. Ladies, not only are you twice as likely to have depression compared to males, but our symptoms also differ from men. Because check this out. It states that females are more likely to have symptoms such as weight gain, excessive daytime sleepiness, and increased appetite, while males more frequently exhibited anger, aggression, risk-taking behaviors, and substance abuse. Another interesting discovery that they made for this article was stating that with females, there's a stronger inherited type of factor in it that is causing that's hardcore contributing to them having major depressive disorder. Compared to males, they have a heavier environmental influence. Here's the last thing. Chromosome wise, what is the difference between males and females? Remember, a female is going to have two X's, a male is going to have an X and a Y. So in this study, they believe that they have found that the X chromosome potentially has a lot more influence than we thought as far as when it comes to depression, and why females are more likely to be affected with depression compared to males. So regardless if you have a family history of depression or environmental factors are literally putting so much pressure to where that can cause depression, make sure we're looking out for each other this season, especially, it sounds like especially our women. They usually like to say the ones that's most quiet, those are the ones you honestly probably need to check on the most. And now to leave you with words of wisdom. Y'all, I did it. I did it. I made Deuce. He is not dead. I mean, oh, come on, baby. Yes, this is your time to shine. I made my baby doggy a social media page. Come and tell the people. Come and tell the people. Right? Yes. He said he's very excited. So all y'all need to do is look for him. His page is titled The Life of Deuce _mini doodle. Okay? Please go ahead and, follow him and share all the things, comment all the things. Because y'all, as some of y'all know, this is a bougie dog. It's also a, one of the designer type dogs or whatever. And he is expensive. He's expensive. And so hopefully this is going to help him pull his weight. Pull his weight in the household. Amen. Amen. Please follow him. If you just looked at what I just said about my baby doggy and was like, where is the wisdom in that? The wisdom is in obedience. Wise people can be obedient. There go your words, wisdom. So I need you, if you are wise, to be obedient and follow my baby dog's pages. Okay. That's all I have for you guys this week. Please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, all the things. Make sure you give me your ideas as far as topics you would like me to cover. But that's all I got. May God bless you and keep you. And y'all have an amazing rest of your week. Bye.